Welcome to the shadow frequency, where the veil between this world and the next grows thin, and the things that whisper in the dark are given voice. From the cryptic candlelit studios, deep in the Indiana forests, your host, Matt Wilson, and his spectral producer, Juniper Ravenwood, unearth the forbidden, the forgotten, and the fearsome. So, still your heart, dim the light, and listen closely. For once you tune into the shadow frequency, you may never tune out.
So, what are we doing tonight, Juniper?
I dug the file out earlier, thought about putting it away, then I put it right back on top.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's one of those that doesn't like being buried. See this? This one's eerie.
You say that like it's listening.
Maybe it is. Episode 258, Julia, the voice beneath the Pacific.
Oh, that sound from the ocean?
The one they captured deep underwater. No ship, no earthquake, no clear explanation. Just a voice-like sound rising out of the dark.
A voice that shouldn't exist.
Exactly, and once you hear it, it tends to follow you.
All right, headphones on, lights down.
Let's tune in.
This is episode 258, Julia, the voice beneath the Pacific.
You are tuned to the shadow frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. Hosted by Matt Wilson. Produced by Juniper Ravenwood. With Chris Beach. The darkness continues.
Deep beneath the waves, in places where light is never touched and pressure crushes everything we know, the ocean keeps its secrets close. But sometimes it whispers. On a quiet day in 1999, an array of underwater listeners scattered across the vast Pacific picked up something impossible, a sound that traveled thousands of miles through the dark water. Not a rumble, not a quake, but a voice. Soft, murmuring, almost intimate. They called it Julia, and for one brief moment, the sea seemed to speak our language. Tonight, we listen back and wonder what it was trying to say.
Oh, Juniper, you're really pulling us into the abyss with this one. I can already feel the water closing in.
Right.
Yeah, preview. We're diving deep into one of the ocean's most haunting recordings, a voice from the void that still echoes today.
It's one of those that lingers long after the lights go out. Over to you, Matt.
Thanks, Juniper, for digging into that haunted file cabinet again and pulling out this gem, or should I say this chilling whisper from the deep. You always find the ones that make the hairs on my neck stand up. Tonight's case is labeled simply Julia, just that one word on a faded NOAA file, but it opens up a world of unease. Picture this, it's March 1st, 1999. Down in the eastern equatorial Pacific, thousands of feet below the surface, where it's pitch black and colder than you can imagine. There's this network of hydrophones listening silently. These aren't ordinary microphones. They're part of a massive array, originally set up during the Cold War to detect submarines sneaking through the depths. Now they're tuned to the ocean's natural symphony. Distant earthquakes, whale songs echoing for miles, the creak and groan of ice far away. Sound travels differently down there, you know. It bends and stretches through channels in the water called the SOFAR channel, sound fixing and ranging, letting low-frequency noises carry across entire ocean basins without losing much strength. What would fade to nothing in air just keeps going underwater, like a secret highway for vibrations. On this day, something massive registers, a low-frequency acoustic signal, powerful enough to be picked up by multiple hydrophones spread hundreds, even thousands of miles apart. It lasts about 2.5 to 3 minutes, this deep drawn-out hum that ripples through the water like nothing they've cataloged before. The scientists monitoring it must have leaned in closer to their screens, wondering what could produce something so structured. It wasn't the sharp crack of an earthquake or the mechanical thud of some distant explosion. No, this had shape, rhythm, almost a cadence. It rose and fell in a way that felt deliberate, traveling over 3,000 miles, maybe more, before fading into the silence. And here's where it gets really unsettling. In their analysis, the team speeds up the recording, because these ultra-low frequencies are way below what our ears can naturally pick up. They accelerate it, sometimes by a factor of 16, to bring it to audible range. And suddenly, it's not just noise anymore. It's a voice. A human-like voice, soft and murmuring, cooing almost gently, with rises and falls that sound like someone humming or whispering words just out of reach. Some describe it as a woman singing faintly in the distance, her tone carrying this emotional weight, comforting to some, profoundly sad to others, and downright terrifying when you remember where it's coming from. The abyss, perpetual darkness, crushing pressure, and something down there is making a sound that feels aware. Imagine being one of those analysts the first time they played it back sped up. The room goes quiet, and there it is. This intimate, breath-like pacing, almost like the ocean is exhaling secrets it's held for eons. Listeners who've heard the archive clip online react in all kinds of ways. One person might feel a strange solace, like a lullaby from the deep. Another gets chills hearing mourning or longing in those murmured tones. And me? It makes me think of ancient myths, sirens luring sailors, or vast entities dreaming in the trenches, their subconscious thoughts leaking out as vibration. What makes Julia so disturbing isn't just the human quality, it's the scale. Whatever produced this was enormous, powerful enough to broadcast across half the Pacific. In a place we think of as empty and silent, something filled the void with a voice. Was it calling out? Responding to the hydrophones intruding on its domain? Or just existing, unaware that we were finally listening? Think about how sound behaves down there. Low frequencies dominate because higher ones get absorbed quickly by the water. So anything vocal-like at that depth on that scale defies easy explanation. It's not a whale. We know whale songs, and this doesn't match. Not machinery, too organic, too fluid. It has this emotional layering, like it's conveying feeling, comfort, sorrow, invitation, depending on who hears it. And the fact that it originated somewhere remote, possibly near Antarctica's icy shelves, only adds to the isolation. Miles of water above, endless dark below, and this voice rising up. I've listened to it more times than I should admit, late at night with headphones on, and every time it pulls me in deeper. You start imagining what could make a sound like that. Something ancient stirring in the trenches, an echo of something long forgotten. The ocean has layers we barely understand. The Hadal Zone, deeper than Mount Everest, is tall, where life clings in forms we can hardly comprehend. And here, in 1999, it seemed to reach out. It's the kind of thing that makes you stare at the sea a little longer next time you're near it, wondering what's staring back or whispering.
Yeah, that one hits different. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Hang on to those chills. We're heading into break, but when we come back, we'll turn up the speed on that recording and dive even deeper. Back to you for the midway, Juniper.
you, halfway through, and I'm already feeling like I need the surface for air. That story of Julia murmuring from the deep, it's sticking with me. What about you listeners? Are you leaning over the edge of the boat right now? Stretched anyway, time to hand it over to Chris.
Thanks, Juniper. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all major podcast directories. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com to catch all our episodes. Leave a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. We might feature it in our next episode. Check out our Shadow blog for companion articles to our episodes, grab some cool swag from our store, or support us by buying us a coffee. Now let's get back over to Juniper for a dive into the mailbag, where we share your thoughts and stories. Juniper?
All right, with the shadows deepening, time to fire up the spectral cosmic message materializer, throwing the levers, cranking the dials. There we go, humming to life now. Let's see what drifts out of the ether tonight. Oh, look at this. Warm, flickering note emerging from the glow.
Message retrieved from the void.
Let's carefully unfold it and hear what one of you shadow siders has to say. This one says, "Hey, Matt and Juniper. This is Jeff R. writing from Cambridge City, Indiana. I usually catch the show in the evenings after dinner once the house settles down. I'll grab a chair in front of the fireplace, let the flames do their thing, and put the Shadow Frequency on while I'm winding down for the night. It's become a bit of ritual at this point. I listen on Pandora, and there's something about the crackle of the fire mixed with the stories that really sets the mood. Feels like the right environment for the kind of subjects you dig into. The episodes I enjoy most are the obscure, paranormal topics, the strange one-offs, forgotten cases, weird folklore, and those stories that make you stop and think, how have I never heard of this before? The deeper and stranger the file cabinet goes, the better. I appreciate that you don't rush through those and let the weirdness breathe a little. Just wanted to let you know the show's got a dedicated listener right here in Indiana, keeping the lights low and the fire going while the shadows creep in. Stay strange. Jeff R., listening by firelight." Jeff, that fireplace ritual sounds absolutely perfect, like the flames are dancing along with the tales. We love hearing how the show fits into those quiet, atmospheric evenings. Thanks for sharing that image. It's exactly the vibe we're going for. Hey, stay strange right back at you and keep that fire crackling. And you can send your thoughts to shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Shadow Siders, back to the depths we go. Over to you, Matt.
You are tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where every whisper tells a story from beyond the veil. The darkness continues.
Thanks, Juniper. That mailbag from Jeff paints such a vivid picture. Fireplace crackling, shadows creeping. Yeah, that's the sweet spot for these stories. Appreciate you writing in, Jeff. Glad we're part of your evening unwind. Picking up where we left off, we're still submerged in the mystery of Julia, that haunting voice-like murmur captured back in '99. We've set the scene, the hydrophones listening in the dark, the massive signal rolling in, and then that sped-up playback transforming a low drone into something eerily personal. Soft cooing, murmuring rises and falls like a distant lullaby or a lament carried on unseen currents. It's the intimacy that gets under your skin, isn't it? In a realm of endless black water, something produces a sound that feels almost tender, emotional. Let's linger on that transformation a bit more. The original recording is this prolonged ultra-low frequency groan, inaudible to us in real time, stretched out over minutes. But accelerate it, compress those waves, and boom, it breathes. There's pacing, like inhalation and exhalation, subtle shifts that evoke emotion. Some hear comfort in it, like a mother's hum. Others catch sorrow, a keening from the void. And a few, well, they find it predatory, inviting you closer to the edge. Whatever it stirs in you, it's undeniable. This doesn't feel random. It has presence. The source? Triangulated roughly to a vast area off Antarctica, somewhere between the Bransfield Strait and Cape Adair, places of jagged ice and hidden shoals, massive ice shelves calving, bergs the size of cities drifting into shallows. But Julia stands apart from typical cryogenic noises. Similar sounds like slow down or train have that mechanical grind, but this one, it's fluid, vocal, layered with a nuance that echoes through the SOFAR channel like a confession. Now to give you all something to chew on. NOAA's official take is that it's most likely a large iceberg grounding, scraping, and vibrating against the seafloor in ways that produce these complex harmonics. They've matched patterns from known ice events, especially as more hydrophones capture thousands of these rumbles yearly around Antarctica. It's a rational fit. Ice on that scale can mimic all sorts of organic tones, especially when distance and pressure warp the acoustics. Fair point. Nature's full of illusions, and we've demystified others like the bloop the same way. But even with that explanation on the table, Julia resists neat categorization. Why this particular emotional quality? Why the perfect mimicry of a human murmur at such impossible scale? It doesn't slot in as clearly as some others. Could it be an unknown deep-sea creature, something bioluminescent and colossal, vocalizing in frequencies we rarely catch? Or acoustic tricks, pressure-bending waves into phantom voices? Rare geological water interactions amplifying a simple fracture into something profound? Or the uncomfortable whisper, something vast and living down there, aware on a level we can't grasp, letting out a sound that briefly bridges our worlds? No need for wild leaps here, just questions that linger. 26 years on, 25 as of last year, but time flies in the shadows and the clip still circulates, drawing new listeners into its pull. Researchers archive it quietly, brave souls play it alone at night, and the unease remains. Not because it's unsolved in every way, but because it feels like the ocean let slip something it usually keeps buried. A momentary lapse in silence. What if Julia wasn't an anomaly, but a reminder? The sea isn't empty. It's full of pressures, creatures, forces we glimpse only when they choose to surface in sound. And once you've heard that murmur, you can't unhear it echoing in your dreams. In the end, the depths keep their counsel. Julia spoke once, and the silence that followed feels heavier for it.
Heavier and a little lonelier. Wow.
Exactly. That's the one that stays with you. Your turn to wrap us up, Juniper.
And there we have it, Julia, the voice that rose from the Pacific depths and left us all listening a little closer to the waves ever since. Thanks for descending into the shadows with us tonight. We hope it lingers in just the right way. As always, if you've got your own strange tales, whispers from the deep, or thoughts on tonight's case, drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com and check out our website, shadowfrequencypodcast.com. We'll be back next time with another file from the cabinet. Until then, keep watching the horizons and listening to the quiet. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, Shadow Seekers, sweet dreams, or whatever waits in the deep.
Stay strange, everyone. Good night.
This episode was conjured with a solemn vow to explore the unexplained while remaining bound to the truths that have been unearthed. All interpretations are speculative and offered only for your enlightenment and your entertainment.